I am you from the future. There's no time to explain. Follow me to... Oh, Christ! Ah!
No Time to Explain is a platformer by Tiny Build Games. This is actually a remaster of the original game they put out, which happened to also be their very first game. It didn't do so well on the PC, so they decided to rebuild the game with the Unity engine, add multiplayer, add all new characters, and add Xbox One as a platform. However, they tried to keep as much of the original gameplay as they could, as well as some of the very cool story and comedic aspects that make the game what it is. Things like this.
Okay. I am you from the future. No time to Wait a minute.
So No Time to Explain is a 2D platformer that harkens back to the old 8-bit days. It actually even has an 8-bit soundtrack that plays, which is kind of cool. So, depending on what you're doing in the game is going to depend on what kind of gameplay you're going to have to use to get through. So, as you saw in the beginning of the game, your future you warns you about the future and then gets taken by a futuristic crab and then leaves you this beautiful jetpack gun. So the jetpack gun can not only shoot things, but it can propel you into the air.
I should have seen this coming!
The game also has a ton of one-liners like that and things throughout the story that just kind of make you chuckle a little bit. It's a nice touch. So going back to the weaponry, besides just this gun that you have that can propel you and shoot, you sometimes will have a weapon that is like a cannon. It can propel you across the level. Sometimes you have to light yourself on fire in order to burn wood that might be standing in your way. Sometimes you even have to eat cake to make yourself fat to Sonic the Hedgehog style bowl you through an obstacle of bricks. None of it is switchable, so it all depends on the situation you're in and what future self you're trying to save.
Are games art? Who am I?
The game is filled with all kinds of humor like that, and a lot of it is, kind of chuckle-worthy. And it does lead to some great level design. Not everything is just cut and dry, and that's kind of cool. Now, the one thing that we will say is that it is a bit short. I did complete the game in just 2 days, but I had a great time doing it. And a lot of it has to do with some of the difficulty actually benefits the game because it just makes you want to come back and play it again and think, I can beat this. Now that said, I do understand, because I did it once or twice myself, if you end up rage quitting in the middle of the game just because some of the levels get so difficult that you need a break. So that does take a little bit away from the overall fun factor of the game, but not a lot, because really a lot of the challenge is timing, and a lot of the challenge is just not freaking out while you're playing, which tends to happen to me a lot. I'll just start tightening up and then I'll not be able to really, play it loose, and that'll be the difference. The other nice thing about this remaster versus the original is that you can play 4-player co-op. So if you find yourself getting a little bit out of sorts, you can pick up a couple friends and have them help you out. So overall, I like the game. I think that you'll like the game too. There is a trial version on the Xbox One for you to check out, and I think that, except for the fact that it's a little short and you will finish it quickly, it does have a lot of great value to it. The game also tries to give you some replay value by hiding hats throughout the entire game in various levels, making you want to go back and find them once you finish the game if you don't find them the first time around. Also on the Xbox One, there are 10 achievements that equal 1,000 points. So I give this game a solid 7.5 out of 10. It is a bit difficult at times and a little bit short, but I had a great time playing it, and trying to find all the hats made me come back for more. Thanks for checking out this review of No Time to Explain. From the original Next Level Gaming, this is Mike Mullis. Play on, gamers.